So what we're going to do this week, I've got two wild cards that I have done up within the 100 million. One contains Ronaldo, one doesn't. Do you want him or don't? I think the majority would want him. Those that don't have got to hope that he has more bad weeks than good. So let's start with the one with Cristiano Ronaldo. So I'm going big on this. I'm going Cristiano Ronaldo and I'm going Mohamed Salah as my two main players. And remember, when you do a wild card, you're still going to transfer every week. You can keep one in the bank and make it two the following week. So you are maybe looking a little bit for some players at short-termism for games. Now, one of the other things, Kay, that I think is important, a lot of players have not just risen in price, but have fallen in price as well. And there's some bargains to be had. I'm not saying go and get Ben Chilwell right now, but I think he's at 5.7 million, having dropped 0.3 million. The ones I'm looking at in the wild card with Cristiano Ronaldo, Nelson Semedo of Wolves, they've got a brilliant run of fixtures. We spoke about this prior to the international break. He's only 4.9 million. And this might be a little bit controversial because it looks like they couldn't keep a clean sheet for love nor money. However, Kieran Tierney at Arsenal, love him going forward. He's basically an auxiliary winger at times, and he's playing as either a left back, a left wing back, or a left centre back. I love that pick. He's not highly owned, someone like Kieran Tierney. And these are kind of enablers to ensure you've got someone like Cristiano Ronaldo and Mohamed Salah together. I look at the others. You can't not have a wildcard squad, in my opinion, without Mikel Antonio if you don't already own him. I've just gone for some bench fodder with a Spurs attacker. And in midfield, this could be one of the bargains of the season. And congratulations to you if you were on him. But Ferran Torres has come in. Manchester City had the chance to sign a striker, whether it was Harry Kane or whatever. They didn't. I don't think there's too many opportunities for others to get that striking spot. We've seen Gabriel Jesus play wide on the right. That's meant that Torres has played through the middle. So we're looking at kind of differential makers. We're looking at a couple of big guns in Cristiano Ronaldo and Mohamed Salah in this one, and a couple of Duffy and Amarte. Just put them in because they're playing and they're cheap and they're enablers at the back, but they really do help you go elsewhere with your funds. That's the one with Cristiano Ronaldo, okay?
But what about the one without him? Dare anybody go without him?
That's up to you. You're taking a big risk. Last season, I didn't have the best season last year. I tried to get a little bit too smart. It didn't work. But you end up hiding behind the couch when you're watching games that your stars that you don't have play, whether it was Harry Kane last year, who I didn't own for a chunk of time because I'd used the wild card and I couldn't afford him. But Mohamed Salah, I hate watching Liverpool if I don't own Mohamed Salah because you know he's bound to do something. So if you go without Cristiano Ronaldo, I would say make sure you have Bruno Fernandes because you've got to have one of the other two. And he's been jettisoned by so many managers, Kay, Bruno Fernandes, as a make weight. A lot of them are doing, okay, well, I've got Bruno Fernandes, I can get Ferran Torres, and then I can upgrade one of my 8 million strikers or whatever to get Cristiano Ronaldo. There's different ways about this. So if you're going without Cristiano Ronaldo, what you will have the ability to do is boost elsewhere. But I think you need Bruno Fernandes. So the second one that I've got has Fernandes. I'm keeping faith with Ferran Torres. I think you need some Chelsea representation. I know they've got a couple of tough-looking fixtures, but they look to be fixture-proof. And Mason Mount right now is absolutely flying. So I like him. And Diogo Jota, we spoke right at the start about Roberto Firmino. Might be missing a couple depending on what happens coming back from South America and what FIFA say or the Premier League say. Diogo Jota, I don't think he played the last game, but he came on. I think he's a great enabler at just 7.6 million. And I love Leeds' run of fixtures coming up. So Rafinha's in there for me. Now, this is as a wild card. I know he might not play this weekend. So I've definitely got Patrick Bamford. I may or may not switch Rafinha out depending on what happens with the rulings from FIFA and the Premier League. But I love Patrick Bamford. And as we were saying, Kate, look for players that may have dropped because people have just become bored with them and fed up with them because they haven't returned so far. That doesn't make them bad players. And Patrick Bamford, I think, is a really good asset going forward. And I've gone cheap in goal. I've just gone Robert Sanchez at Brighton. But what I've also done, a little tip here as well, if you can, you've got enough room, remember you're only allowed a maximum of 3 players, I've gone Steele as his backup at only 4 million. Because right now, if Sanchez gets hurt, Steele plays. So you're guaranteed a game. Whereas if you have a goalkeeper that normally plays and doesn't, if you don't have that backup on your bench, you might end up with no goalkeepers playing. So Brighton goalkeeper 1, Brighton goalkeeper 2 for a combined 8.5 million. That's the gamble team, because that does not contain Cristiano Ronaldo. And if you don't have him, I would suggest make sure you have Bruno Fernandes.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.